Everybody, hey, we're back. More bite-sized pieces. We're going to look at where we left off and pick up from there. So where did we leave off? That looks pretty full to me. Okay, looks like we got this whole string to do here. Get all positioned. And Akron at Eastern Michigan laying 3.5. Final score. Akron 67-48. But in a cover. Win in a cover. Okay, UT Arlington at home laying 2.5 to Arkansas State. We say Arkansas State wins the game. It's a money line, and if you haven't been with us earlier, we're having quite the day with money lines. We have already got six money lines in our pocket. Let's see if this is number 7. So looking for Arkansas State to win, and they won 58-49. And another sweet money line victory. So here's the thing with the money lines. So, we have the good teams winning, and Vegas thinks so highly of the home teams, that home court advantage, that it swings back to us. Now, here's what I mean. And this is probably not the best example, but we have Arkansas State as a better team than UT Arlington, okay? And Arlington's only favorite because they're at home, because Vegas knows Arkansas State's better, but the home court advantage is what Vegas plays. So once you get this to swing and you get the dog to win, you're now getting 2.5 points. That's why we win. We'll lose the money line, but we'll win the cover oftentimes. Here's another money line I don't feel so strong about. Louisville at home hosting Clemson, laying 0.5 point. And we say Clemson wins the game, and Louisville won. It was 61 to not there. Damn it. 61-70. So in other words, now the good teams get the points. We flip the script on old Vegas is what we do there. Okay, so that's a loss. We lose the money line. We lose a conventional play. All right, Georgia State at Georgia Southern laying 3.5. We agree. We say Georgia State by 7. And final score here was Georgia State 58-49. So that's a win and a cover. Another money line. Stanford hosting UNC Greensboro, laying 0.5 point. We say Greensboro wins the game. And what happened here? And Greensboro lost 49-55. So that home court advantage did kick in for Stanford there. 49-55 at the loss, and we lose the conventional play. That's just a complete loser situation for us. And we go 3-2 on that string. Let's see what this is looking like. 23 wins, 18 losses, 56%. Got those 6 money lines. So, not a screaming hot day here for the computer, but at least we're hanging in there. Chicago State at home getting 6.5 from Tarleton. And we agree we take Tarleton State, and it was 79-60. Tarleton, 79-60 winning cover. And I wish I knew what their mascot was, because I'd just start calling them by that, because that's a weird name, Tarleton. LSU at South Carolina, laying 4.5. We agree. We say LSU by 17. And LSU lost by 2, 75-77. And that's a loss. And LSU is not a contender. They're not a contender. I used to think that they were the best team in the land, but they are no longer a contender. Davidson hosting St. Louis, laying 1.5 points. We say St. Louis wins the game. It's a money line. And what happened here? Davidson wins 79-58. So St. Louis said, nah, we're not coming hard to play. we're just going to show up. We're going to dress up. We're going to get out there and act like play hard, and then not play hard. 3 and 2, and more 3s and 2s, and I'll take those over 2s and 3s, obviously, because we keep gaining ground. So 24 wins, 20 losses. Hardly a fantastic day. But those money lines, they are helpful. Wyoming, I just think the world of. Wyoming at home to Air Force, I don't think so much of. Wyoming wins the game 75-67. So I don't think we're going to get that cover. We were looking for a 21-point victory, and I don't think we get it. We don't. So Wyoming lets us down, even though we said really nice things about them. They stabbed us right in the back at home to a not so good team, and they can't they can't cover the spread. Bethune-Cookman hosting Alabama A&M. The line's 4.5. We say it's a 1-point game. What happened here? Bethune-Cookman lost 60-62. So the dog was the play, and that's who we had. Was the dog. So that's a win. Strange. Bethune-Cookman at home losing. You can never figure out the SWAC. There's just no way. The Southwest Athletic Conference. That's these teams. These 4 teams are all in that. And you can never figure them out ever. It will never happen. Alabama A&M at Florida A&M. Alabama State at Florida A&M, getting 5.5. We see Alabama State wins the game. It's a money line play, and Florida A&M 86-83. So we lose the money line, but we win the conventional. See it? Florida A&M land 5.5. They only win by 3. Okay, you see it? We lose the money line because Alabama State didn't win, but we win the conventional. Seattle U at home hosting Cal Baptist 6.5. We say 9. Seattle U's our play. Seattle U wins by 3, 67-64. So not a cover, and that's a loss. Turn red, please. Please turn red. Please turn red. Well, I don't really want you to be red, but that was what I asked you to do. Delaware on the road at William and Mary laying a 9.5. We say 20. Delaware wins 70-69, only by 4. That's another loss. So we go 2 and 3 on this string, which we don't like as well as 2s and 3s, as we've already established. Let's see where we're at. 26 wins, 23 losses, 53%. It's too close to 500 for me. NC Central hosting Delaware State, laying 15.5. Delaware State, okay, 84-79. NC Central. They don't cover that 15.5. It's a loss. Drexel at Elon, laying 4.5. We say it's a 14-point Drexel win. Final score, 71-60 Drexel. It's an 11-point win, and that's a cover. Tennessee State hosting Eastern Illinois, laying 10.5. We say 16. We take Tennessee State. Tennessee State wins. It's reversed on my CBS Sports. 63-49. 63-49. That's a win and a cover. Win and a cover. Gardner Webb at Presbyterian laying at 1.5. We say by 12. We've taken Gardner Webb. Final score, Gardner Webb 76-68. And that's by more than 1.5. So that's a win and a cover and a good play for us. UC Irvine hosting Hawaii, laying 5.5. I bet you Hawaii wins this game. We got to miss the dog. And Hawaii, so Irvine smokes them 77-52. Wow. That's some great Hawaiian food. That's in a little small town, Oregon, like Thursday. Man, that's some fantastic Hawaiian food. Who would have known a little town like that could kick out such a great meal? 3 and 2. But I bet you there's a lot of that out there. A lot of great meals in these little towns, Hey, if you ever go to whatever, you always got to make sure you eat at, whatever. So we're 29 wins and 25 losses, 53.7. Nichols hosting Houston Baptist, laying 13.5. If they don't beat this line, I give up with the Southland Conference where they're from. Nichols, 84-70. Just barely covered, but it's a cover nonetheless. We get that half-point cover. You always forget the times when you lose by half a point. You always forget these good times when you win by the half a point. Alcorn favored over Jackson State at home. Computer agrees. Alcorn State, and that's new. Jackson State used to be one of the better teams. Alcorn has passed them in the ratings, but 4.5 is too many. So we're taking Jackson State. Alcorn wins 61-60, 1-point game. This is the moments right here. These are the moments that I truly appreciate how well the computer works, because really, I mean, come on, that's pretty cool. Lafayette at Bucknell laying 1.5. Actually, Bucknell's at home laying 1.5. We say Lafayette wins the game, so it's a money line, and we haven't had one convert for a while. Bucknell wins 92-89. So that's a win all the way around. Or I'm sorry, that's a loss all the way around. Interesting game here. Mount St. Mary's hosting Long Island U. Long Island U's a better rated team, but Mount St. Mary's is at home, and they're laying half a point. But we say Long Island wins the game, and it's a money line. And as I just said, we haven't converted a money line in a while. 66-61 Long Island. That's a money line conversion. There we go. Yeah, it's been a while since we had converted a money line. But we get another one here. And we will update. Forget it. We had 6 or 7. Okay, we now have 7 money line victories on the day. It's just my kids would call it extra money. Of course, we all know there's no such thing. Montana State at Southern Utah. Southern Utah laying 2.5. This is another money line. There's like 4 or 5 in a row here, money lines. So Southern Utah hosting Montana State laying 2.5. We say Montana State wins, but I personally I'm not sold on Montana State, but they did win, and it's another money line conversion. 76. Look at the score, 76-71. Wow, I was super doubtful, and look how close that was. Wow. It's times like these, they just stated very poorly before. It's when I'm so impressed with the computer. 4-1, that string. Folks, this is the computer. This is not me overwriting anything. I do the predict. Here, I'll go show you, because we're going to update this anyways. Oops, only 8. Here, see up here, UCLA and UW is Washington. 23 games played. Here's the rating. Here's the points for on the air. Here's the points against on the air. I run it through a little string I got hidden, and it spits out a score. So remember this: 75-53 UCLA over UW. 75-53, right? I just come down here, and it's 75-53. I just put in the computer predicted score, and then we compare it to the Vegas line. And if we win, we win, and if we lose, we don't win. And that's how we're playing this game. And I want to see how well the computer does. So there's no need for me to cheat on anything. If we have an awful night, like 8 wins and 26 losses, I'm going to post it, man. I'm going to post 23%. You know, who's cheating here? 963 today. We're right at 500. Who's cheating? I'm not cheating. If I was cheating, we'd do a lot better than that. But this is strictly how this game is getting played. All right, another money line. This one seems rather easy, but you dig into it. It's Florida Atlantic hosting Middle Tennessee, laying 4.5. Middle Tennessee is slightly better than Florida Atlantic. I always kind of thought they were much better, but when I ran the predict, it said 71-70. So how did we do here? Because I am really curious. So Middle Tennessee 87-79. Wow. Wow. I'm just shocked that I thought, yeah, that's how I thought. I thought that Middle Tennessee was a significantly better team, but the numbers didn't say so, and the prediction didn't say so. But my intuition was correct. But it's a money line conversion, and we got to go update here. It's we got 9 now. 9 money lines on the day. New Hampshire hosting. Oh, okay, so strange. Oh no, New Hampshire's okay. Albany hosting New Hampshire, land 2.5. New Hampshire's a better team, so we say they win the game. It's a money line. And final score: New Hampshire lost 65-70. So they cover, and we don't get anything out of this. It's just a complete waste of time. Norfolk State at Coppin State, laying 1.5. And Norfolk, what's going on with Norfolk State? Norfolk wins 89-59. 1.5 points on Vegas. We said 13, a little closer than Vegas was. 30-point victory. Now, this is going to be a great game because both these teams are quietly having really good years. Both of these teams are. The game is at UAB. Vegas is 3.5. I think it's a 2-point game. The computer thinks that. So we're taking the dog. We're taking North Texas and praying for a close game here. Don't want one of them to do the no-show thing. Here we are. We're not going to play hard. Now, North Texas wins 58-57. Wow. Very interesting. Very interesting. I thought UAB had the upper hand. It's not by much. Go into the Conference USA. I'll show you both these teams. It's worthwhile looking at them because they're both really good. So here's UAB. 18-6. They've scored 300 plus, more than they've allowed, right? Good team. 9.81 is their rating. Here's North Texas, 17-4. A couple hundred more than they've allowed, 9.86. So they played a little tougher schedule. I bet you this number is lower than UAB. So 11.33, 11.72. Yeah, so North Texas has played a slightly tougher schedule. That's why the points for, points against spread isn't as great as UAB's. But we get to the same place. 9.81 for UAB. Here they are right here. 9.86 for North Texas. So very, very interesting game. And for this to be the outcome is just really, it really speaks to the computer. I keep coming back to it. That's very impressive. Okay, now the computer's probably going to do something very unimpressive and embarrassing. Minnesota hosting Northwestern, getting 1.5. We say Northwestern by 7. And final score was Minnesota by 17. 60-77. Northwestern, I don't know. Can you really afford to be giving up losses like that? Because that's a no-show. That's a no-show. We're on the road. We're not going to play hard. And you told these kids that's okay to do that. I want to know. I hope that was a final. Yep. Yes, it was a final. Okay. Morehead State, probably the third, maybe the fourth best team in the Ohio Valley, hosting Southeast Missouri State, laying 13. So so Morehead State's our play. I don't know why I can't explain this. 13 is more than 11.5. We say 13 is the margin of victory. I don't know why that was so tough for me. And Morehead wins. Southeast Missouri State wins at Morehead. Wow. Okay, that's what happened. 84-92. Holy smokes, that's weird. Wow, that happened. Oh, okay. Stephen F. Austin at winless Lamar. That's your new name. I will no longer, I hereby do declare Lamar to be officially name changed to winless Lamar, because they haven't won a thing all year. 13.5's the line. We say Stephen F. by 24. And watch Lamar win. Nope. 70-56, Stephen F. Austin. 70-56. So is that a cover? Is that 14? It is 14. It is. There we go. It is 14. That's a cover. Woo-hoo. Barely. Hey, folks, there are two St. Francis's playing men's Division I college basketball. One's in New York and one's in Pennsylvania. And they're both in the same conference. So it gets confusing. And actually, I have New York slightly better than Pennsylvania, slightly. But the game's at, I did this. I didn't do this right. This should be all caps. St. Francis. You see how that. St. Francis of PA is hosting Lane. A point and a half. We say St. Francis of New York wins by 3. Go St. Francis. Final score. New York wins 80-72. Oh, by the way, that was a money line. 80-72. And that's now a money line conversion. It's like having two teams named Duke, I mean, why do we allow that? It should be not allowed. But I like that victory today. Thanks, St. Francis of New York. Tennessee at Arkansas. Arkansas is favored, laying 2.5. We say Tennessee wins. And Arkansas won. Wow, 48-58. Home court advantage kicking in there in the SEC. So that's a loss for the computer. And Towson at Charleston, laying 3.5. We say Towson by 10. So that's our play. They won 80-77. 80-77. So remember when we won that game by half a point? Remember how we said that when you lose half a game by half a point, you also, statistically, you're also winning games by half a point. About the same. That's a 2-3 string since we lost that Towson game. And where are we now? 38-31, 55%. It's just how things are going, man. When we hit the conference tournaments and the postseason tournaments, and there's no more home court advantage, it turns into a completely different game. And that's why we're recording every one of these scores and telling you, man, when neutral court land hits, we're losing a huge element of these game scores and predictions and Vegas lines. Everything's going to change. And we're just building up data right now, ready for the change. So Coastal Carolina hosting Troy, laying 4.5. And we say it's a 3-point game, and Coastal won by 10, 73-63. So we lose that one. We took Troy. Maryland Eastern Shore, South Carolina State hosting Maryland Eastern Shore, laying 3.5. We say Eastern Shore wins the game. It's a money line. Come on, Maryland Eastern Shore. Yeah, they let us down. 63-70 was the final, and we lose everything. Virginia Tech hosting North Carolina, laying 4.5. North Carolina just lost at home to Pitt. Pitt can't travel. They're a terrible travel team. But they went up and they beat North Carolina. And I'd hate to be the team that played North Carolina after losing a humiliating loss like that. And Vodtech is that unfortunate team. And North Carolina was focused today. 57-65 was the final. So Vodtech loses and we lose. And so we're all losers. Chattanooga hosting VMI, laying 9.5. Computer says 11. So Chattanooga is our play. VMI can be tough. They can be so tough that they could actually beat Chattanooga at home by 5. And really, what is this? 6 losses in a 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 losses in a row for us. Yeah. Buffalo hosting Western Michigan. 18.5 the line. We say 24. Western Michigan has not been very good. 87-73. I don't think that covers. It's not going to cover. That's only 15. Right? It's only 15. It's only 14. Man, we go 0-5 that string. 0-5. Just speechless. That's 7 losses in a row. Oh, man. So we're now 38 and 31, 55, back to 55%. Lipscomb at North Alabama. North Alabama laying a 1.5. We say Lipscomb wins. It's a money line. Lipscomb wins 75-72. Thank you. I mean, I'll take a money line to stop the bleeding anytime, man. Any day of the week. All right, let's update our money lines. That's number 10 on the day. 10 money line victories on the day. Miami of Ohio hosting or at Northern Illinois, laying 2.5. We say it's a 10-point game. Northern Illinois is not a good basketball team. Miami wins 78-75. And that covered. So that's a win. Murray State, good team, at UT Martin, bad team. Laying 15.5, we say 29. So Murray State's our play. And Murray State wins by 2. You know, Murray State's good, but I've seen them ranked like number 24, and I don't have them anywhere near that. And we haven't updated the rankings in about a week, but I got Murray State number 58. Okay, not number 24. You sports writers just trying to make a story. They're good. They're not that good. If you're as good as number 24, you're not winning by 2 on the road against this dog. Okay. Not in the Ohio Valley where it's not competitive night in and night out like it is in other big conferences. Campbell hosting North Carolina A&T, 6.5 is the line. We say 8, so Campbell's our play, and Campbell wins 64-63. The magic's gone. It's not magical right now. You're going 0-5, you're hitting money lines, man. Everything's magical. It's not magical right now. It's a little dismal. South Alabama at Appalachian State, laying 1.5. We say South Alabama by 8. Final score is South Alabama loses 51-69. 2 and 3 this string. Lots of red on the board. Too much red on the board. Time to spin this right around and march this red the hell off our board. 38. Is that right? Hold up. Something's not sounding right. Let me make sure of something. Yeah. Okay. So I didn't drop this down far enough. So let's fix that. Let's go all the way down to the bottom. Get every single last. Yeah, look at how many games are left. Okay, yeah, 114. That sounds more like it. So now we know it's 114. What we can do here is just make it 114 because it ends at the same spot. 114. Okay, 40 and 39 is where we're at now. 40 and 39, just right at 50%. Just dog crap. Total dog crap. Okay, Winthrop on the road at Asheville. Laying 1.5. We say 2-point game, so we have to take Winthrop. And Winthrop wins 84-79. We have to take the winning team. That's what I should have said. Texas State hosting Little Rock. Good team, not a good team. 13.5 is the line. 19 is the line. Good team at home versus a bad team on the road. Final score. Come on, CBS. They do this thing where they say final score and they don't give you the score. It's blank. So you update, and Texas State won 68-50. That's an 18-point margin, and that's a win with the computer. Bowling Green. This one I didn't believe when I saw it. Bowling Green hosting Ball State, laying 3.5. We ran the predictions, said 3. Ball State's our play, going with the dog, and Ball State, of course, wins the game. 82-91. I don't know. I didn't think this was even. The predicted score was even going to be close, and it wasn't close. close. Ball State's a way better team than Bowling Green. Just at home. That's why Vegas likes to favorite them. UMass Lowell hosting Binghamton, laying 6.5. We say it's a 6-point game. So by the virtue of that half a point, we're taking Binghamton. Wish us luck, folks. Binghamton wins 78-64. Wow. You went into Lowell and beat them. That's a win. Another one I didn't think we'd hit. Florida Gulf Coast, pretty good team. At North Florida, laying a 1.5. We say it's 11-point victory for Florida Gulf Coast. And final score, Florida Gulf Coast loses 64-70. And we go 4-1 this string. So that's really encouraging. 4-1. Not going to make up for all the losses we had today. Because what are we now? 44-40. 52%. Not great. Villanova hosting Georgetown. 20.5 is the line. And 74-66 was the final. So what is that, an 8-point victory? And not 20.5. We had Nova, we lose. That's a lot of points to be given another Big East team. New Orleans hosting McNeese, laying 6.5. We say New Orleans by 7, so that's our play. New Orleans. Final score. We got to go find them. Oh, it's still this one's still in progress, and New Orleans is beating them by 11. What about Southeast Louisiana State and Incarnate Word? How about that? Incarnate Word. Okay, that's a fun. God, this Southland is so ridiculous. So Incarnate Word wins 92-84. It makes no sense. I mean, do the laws of physics stop at the Southland Conference? I just want to show you one thing. I want to show you Incarnate Word's record. Here they are, folks, 3-21. They're hosting Southeastern Louisiana. Okay, they're not great, but they're 12-11. I mean, they got a way better rate. I can't figure it out. The Southland and the SWAC and the MEAC, they all get me. I'll never figure them out. Belmont, really good team. Hosting SIU Edwardsville, 21.5 is the line. Belmont's usually pretty good about covering. And that's still in progress, 65-59. So 14-point lead right now for Belmont. They got it with 3 minutes left. They should have time to cover that. Texas Southern hosting at Mississippi Valley State, laying 10.5. Final score 79-59, Texas Southern. That's a 20-point victory and a win for the computer. And what we know right now is that we are 1-2 on this string. Money line here, Tennessee Tech at Austin Peay. Austin Peay laying 1.5. We say Tennessee Tech wins the game. And what happened here? Tell me Tennessee Tech won the game. I demand you. I demand it. Okay. Austin Peay. Let's look for Austin Peay because there's 500. There's 500 Tennessee. Okay, it's 10 TENN period space Tech. Got it. Thanks, CBS, for making it really difficult. So Tennessee Tech wins the game 73-69. That's our 11th money line victory today. 11. Some people they go through the whole ice and they never hit a money line. Let's go update this manually. There's number 11. Not too bad on the money lines. Otherwise, pretty forgettable. But there's still a ton of games left. I mean, there's lots of games. Miami and Florida hosting Virginia, laying a 1.5. We say it's a 1-point game in Virginia. So Virginia's our play. And I wonder if this game is even underway. Oh, it's a final. And Virginia wins 71, 74. Another win for the computer. Oh, wait a minute. Forgot. It still had the money line loaded on it. We just want this. South Dakota hosting Western Illinois, formerly one of my favorite teams. And I hereby do declare Western Illinois to be a bad team like a week ago. And I haven't changed it. And once I do that, I hereby do declare by the powers invested in me, by YouTube for giving me the ability to agreeing on me hosting this show, I hereby declare Western Illinois to be a bad team. And South Dakota beat them 78-65. And we took Western Illinois. What the hell were we thinking? Even after declaring them to be a bad team, we still took them. Well, it's a computer. Western Illinois. Broke my heart, man. You just broke my heart. Stony Brook hosting Hartford, laying 4.5. We say it's a 3-point game, so we're taking Hartford, and I think we're going to regret it. Yeah, Stony Brook 88-82. So they win by 6. Yeah, we took the wrong team there. USC Upstate at Charleston Southern, laying 4.5. We say Upstate wins by 13. And this game's in progress. And Charleston Southern's actually winning. There's 3.5 minutes left, and 68-65 Charleston Southern. So that game is still playing. Loyola Chicago hosting Drake, laying 8.5. I think we're going to find some of these games. Yeah, there's 11 minutes left in that one. So, wow, Drake's up 52-46, but there's a lot of time left. We'll check a couple more. St. Bonaventure. And here's the thing that drives me mad. I complain that I have to remember what CBS Sports. I remember what to type, like TENN period space tech. Okay, if I don't type that in exactly, I can't go find Tennessee Tech's final score. Right. So here's the thing that drives me mad, and this is the unfairness of life. To find St. Bonaventure, I have to type in ST period space BONA period. Okay. And the thing is that they have trained me to know that and to do it. And after all my resistance, I can't help it. I know that in my head, and I want to kick my own ass for knowing it, because I I don't want to be a victim of their monopoly with my brain. That's just life, I guess. Everything else appears to be second half, if not, not even close. So that's going to wrap up our slightly bigger bite size. This is 38 minutes. The other ones were like 13. So this has gone on long enough. Let's stop the carnage. But before we go, let's get an idea where we're at. 45 wins, 42 losses, 51.72 with 11 money lines. Nothing spectacular except for that. That is not bad. But we'll see if we can improve on that. There's still a whole bunch of games left, and we'll see you on the next one. And so for now, I shall bid you adieu.